Sports Report YouTube show. Here joined by the head coach of the Clever BlueJays, Coach Justin Snider. And for today's show, we're going to be doing a weekly recap with the head coach of the Clever BlueJays, Coach Justin Snider. Recapping their games from the past week, Clever hosted Stratford and they lost to Stratford by a score of 8-1. Clever then went on the road to Forsyth and they defeated Forsyth by a score of 5-1. That's a conference opponent. Then Clever stayed on the road to play Reed Spring and they lost to Reed Spring by a score of 12-4. Then Clever went to play Class 5 Hillcrest up in Springfield, and they fell to Hillcrest by a score of 5-4, and then they also played Blue Eye at a neutral site at Hillcrest and defeated Blue Eye by a score of 4-1. Coach Snider, what was the ingredient that you had going into this past week with Stratford, Forsyth, Reed Spring, Hillcrest, and Blue Eye?
It was going to be a long week, and we knew that. So, it was stay focused on, one game at a time. We'll worry about what our pitching components are going to be. After we get done with game one and then game two, we'll kind of reset. Our biggest concern was pitching and having enough pitching to get through a week like that. But, we finished 2-3 on the week, but, we were in multiple games, had leads late in the game or were one hit away from, having a big breakout and just kind of a roller coaster of a week for us.
Roller coaster of the week for us it was, or for you guys, and with what you said, it was a pretty tough week that you guys had, losing to Stratford, Reed Spring, and Hillcrest. Kind of talk about what the advantages were in those games, once again against Stratford, Forsyth, Reed Spring, Hillcrest, and Blue Eye.
Well, in the Stratford game, defense kind of came back and bit us quite a bit. I think we had 5 errors, probably 6 or 7 if you count mental errors. They really, really rattled us and our younger kids, and it was a little bit frustrating. But if we learn from it, we do better from it, then it's okay. And if we don't, then that's on us. So I think our young kids learned some valuable lessons in the Stratford game about focus and blocking out things that happen to take place outside of the field. And then Forsyth, we came back and played really well there, and for 6 of the 7 innings against Reed Spring, we played really good and had a lead, and then we had 1 bad inning, and they scored 9 runs in 1 inning. So, that's a rough inning. Hillcrest, we had a lead on the entire game, and they came back, and again in 1 inning, they came back and scored 3 runs and took the lead on us. We just couldn't get back, from that. And then Blue Eye, Blue Eye was a struggle. We'd just faced a really good arm from Hillcrest, and Blue Eye's kid wasn't throwing real hard, and we had a tough time staying back on the baseball. And I think it's the first time all year that we've seen under 70 miles per hour too. So, that's tough on high school kids to adjust from seeing 75 to 80 plus miles per hour and have to come out and try to hit, somebody that's throwing. Which Blue Eye played great though defensively, and it's a smart game plan. So, kudos to them for putting themselves in a good position to, have a good game.
A good game that they had. And Blue Eye is a former conference opponent of you guys, as they're still in the SWCL. And from what we've seen, you guys held Blue Eye pretty close, and Blue Eye held you guys close. So what were the disadvantages that you had going into the games, once again, against Stratford, Forsyth, Reed Spring, Hillcrest, and Blue Eye?
The disadvantage against the teams is we saw guys throwing 85. The next night we saw kids throwing 72, 73. The next day we saw kids throwing upper 70s. Hillcrest had a kid that was mid-upper 70s, and then you had Blue Eye who was throwing kids in the 60s. So we saw, I think, the biggest challenge to a week like that is your young hitters being able to adapt and your older hitters being able to adapt to the velocities of the guys on the mound, because that's the hardest part. We got good pitching performances for the most part from all of our pitchers. But we against Stratford we had defensive hiccup, and against Reed Springs we had a couple defensive hiccups. But the hardest part of last week, I definitely think, was the ability to, adjust offensively.
Adjust offensively, that it was. And as we look at your schedule for the upcoming week, you're going to be taking on Spokane, Exeter, and Marion C. Early, Morrisville. So in between those games, what are the corrections that you're going to be making in between those last those games against Stratford, Forsyth, Reed Spring, Hillcrest, and Blue Eye, until the next game that will be against Spokane, as well as against Exeter, Morrisville, and also Joplin College Heights? That'll be over in Joplin.
Well, we've had a little bit of a schedule change. Tonight's a great start. our win against Mount Vernon today, they are a very good ball club, and we just beat them 12-2, so that's a great start to the week. Got to take care of business against Spokane, and then we have another week like last week where we adjusted our schedule a little bit. College Heights and Liberal had to cancel on us, so we are now going to Oklahoma next Friday to play Amber Piscotty and Asher, Oklahoma, and both of those teams are top. Asher, Oklahoma is ranked number 3 in Class B in Oklahoma, in the state of Oklahoma, and AMPO, as I call them, they're ranked number 9 in Class 2 in Oklahoma, which Oklahoma has 7 classes. So AMPO actually is the same size school as we are. They're just in Class 2 in Oklahoma because there's so many more schools that play baseball. So we're going to go do that on Friday and then go catch the Oklahoma State and Texas game on Saturday. So our schedule just got a whole lot busier, with next week with Exeter on Monday, Morrisville on Tuesday or on Thursday, and then, we're going to turn back around and play a doubleheader on Friday. That's going to be tough because Morrisville is really good, Exeter's playing well, then we've got 2 top 10 teams from the state of Oklahoma that we're going to take on too. So, we're not shying away from anybody, and we'll play anybody, any class. It doesn't matter. We tried to schedule some Class 5, 6 schools from Oklahoma, but they were busy because they start districts this coming week. So we managed to get 2 good teams to play us, and we're going to go do it, and it should be a fun time.
Sounds a little bit unique to see going out of the state of Oklahoma where they start districts next week. And here in Missouri, we don't start districts until the middle of May, which is a month away already. So we're at in Oklahoma. Are you guys going to meet in Ampo and Asher in Oklahoma? Are you going to Tulsa? Are you going to Oklahoma City?
Well,
where are you going to?
We're going to Oklahoma. We're staying in Oklahoma City, and we are not sure where we're going to play at. The 3 locations that he talked about was 4 locations. Oklahoma Christian, which is right outside of Oklahoma City in Edmond. Oklahoma City University, which is in the Oklahoma City. Mustang, Oklahoma is another location that we are looking to try to get. That's just west of Oklahoma City, and then last resort would be that we go to Ampo, which is about 25 minutes west of Norman. So, we don't know what location we're going to, but it'll be one of those 4 locations, and we're pretty sure we've got those 2 teams locked down to play. I know we've got Ampo locked down to play, so, it's one of those things that we used to play them in the fall, and we lost those 2 games against College Heights and Liberal, and we were scrambling to try to figure something out, and to me, if we can go away and play 2 good teams, it's better than staying around here and playing people that we always play.
Hitting the road it is, and then going across state lines to Oklahoma. What we said, Asher, Oklahoma. We don't know where Asher is in Oklahoma or Ampo either. But you guys are going to be in the Oklahoma City area, not the Tulsa area, but the Oklahoma City area. And so will this bring a test for your players when they go and play down in the Sooner State? Like some players here in Missouri have not seen baseball come out of Oklahoma. Will that be a test for your players?
It will in a way. We try to do a really good job of scheduling out-of-town teams whenever we can. And we played these schools we played Ampo last year in the fall. And then we go to Omaha every summer and play teams from all over the country. So, it shouldn't be – we do enough traveling and enough times that our kids see, the best of the best from all over, with the Omaha trip in the summer from all over the country. So, it shouldn't be any different than playing a game down here. It's just you're playing, I will say there's probably the guys will probably throw harder and hit a little bit better than they do around here. It just tends to be that case every time you play a team from Oklahoma. They play a lot more baseball down there, and it's taken a little bit more serious than it is here.
Here in Missouri, the season has been going on for almost a month, and we have 1 month left. So that's going to be districts. What will your districts look like? Where are your districts going to be at this year?
Our districts are here at Clever. Our district is Clever, Marionville, Forsyth, East Newton, Diamond, and Sarcoxy. So we're going to meet here on a Friday, Monday, Tuesday. I'm not sure the exact dates. I think maybe 12th, 15th, and 16th. I think maybe that might be the dates. And hook up for a pretty good district. So
hook up for a pretty good district that we have, and you're not in that Stratford district, which that it does raise a green flag for you guys, doesn't it?
Class 3 baseball and Class 4 baseball are so good right now around here. I'm not going to – that district with New Covenant, Ava, Fairgrove, Stratford, Conway, Hartville, that district is so tough, and there's so many good pitchers in that district that whoever comes out of that is going to be battle tested. And it's, the good thing for all those schools is all of their schedules are really tough. So, I mean, they're going to be prepared and they're going to be ready to play each other. And, it's one of those things you could draw it out of a hat who's going to come out of that district. It's so hard. Obviously, Stratford is really good. Fairgrove, is very good. New Covenant gave Stratford a great run on Friday night. And Hartville, they're just unbelievably scrappy, and they do a great job. Coach Horn does a great job. I don't know a lot about Ava, and you can't count out Coach Blue's team. They played Fairgrove to a 10-9 game last week. So that district is brutal, and our district's tough. That one's brutal. You'll have to play good baseball in whatever district you're in, if you want to survive and get out.
A couple more questions before we let you go. Is you're gonna be playing not one more SWCL team, but two more SWCL teams. You're gonna be going down to Crane and taking on a former SWCL conference member of you guys. That's Crane. If we rewind the clock back to about the end of April when Crane came up here and played you guys, and they won the SWCL championship on this field, what do you think you're going to be expecting from Crane? Crane is now 3-7. Do you think you're going to see Crane get better when they come and hook up with you guys down at Tootie Parsons Memorial Stadium, or do you think they're going to kind of stay where they are or kind of fall off a little bit?
They'll get better. It's Coach Harmon. They'll get better. When Crane Clever is kind of like Duke, North Carolina, the records don't matter. It's going to be a good game. It's going to be back and forth, and there's going to be strategy involved. Obviously we would have liked to have won the game last year, being that all fall and the spring, we went undefeated until the last game, including the conference tournament. So, that one stung, and I've got pitchers asking me for the baseball already for that game. So, it's going to be a great game. It's two good teams. Records don't matter. I mean, they've played a tough schedule, so I know Coach Harmon beefed it up, and I know they're young, so they're going to only get better. We're kind of in the same boat. Your young kids are going to make some mistakes early, and it'll get better progressively as you go on throughout the year, and there's no doubt in my mind that Coach Harmon will have that group ready to play, and, we'll go play at Tootie Parsons, and we'll hook it up and see what happens.
Hook it up and see what happens when you guys come to Tootie Parsons. That will be, we believe, on the last day of April. Which is what we believe. And then we will see you guys actually at U.S. Ballpark. That will be in a couple of weeks.
Yes.
Against Skyline, we will be at the earlier game, which will be between Crane and Licking. Are you guys going to stay and kind of scout Crane maybe before that game?
We actually have the first game, and Crane has the second game. So, unless they got their game time changed, we're playing the 4:30 game, and Crane's playing the 7 o'clock game. So, I won't be able to stay. One of my coaches will, or I'll sneak down and watch, a game at Crane. We've got some days off that I think they play on, so we'll make sure we get out and watch, all study film from last year for the guys they've got coming back, and we'll make sure that we're prepared. So it's a tough week. That's a really tough week for us because we have Fairgrove on, I think, Monday. We have Conway on Tuesday, or Crane on Tuesday, and then Conway on that following Thursday. So that's a really tough week. And Fairgrove will likely get our one because we're playing at Hammons Field, and it's a conference game. So, and I'm sure they've got conference games that week too. And it may not be a 1-1 matchup like it usually is, But with us, I feel like 1A, 1B, 1C, and 1D. So, I'm not sure we have any guys separating each other. We've just got a lot of guys throwing really well right now.
If there are your final words you had to say to the coaches from Stratford, Forsyth, Reed, Spring, Hillcrest, and Blue Eye, what would be your final words to those coaches that you played from the past week?
I see that list. I don't see anybody in our district. So good luck the rest of the way, and I hope they all take care of business. And if they were in our district, it'd be a little different. But I wish them nothing but the best, and stay healthy and keep chugging along.
All right, that's going to wrap up our show for today. We hope you enjoyed our show. We hope you enjoyed us sitting down with the head coach of the Clever BlueJays, Coach Justin Snider. If you'd like to stay connected with the Clever BlueJays through their social media, be sure to like them on Facebook. Also follow them on Twitter. Check out their website. Their website is at cleverbluejays.net. If I'm correct, that is cleverbluejays.net.org. So if you'd like to stay connected with Ozarks Sports Report through our social media, be sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Instagram, and check out our website. Our website is ozarksportsreport.wixsite.com/ozarksportsreport. One final time, I want to thank Head Coach Justin Snider of the Clever BlueJays for sitting down with us and doing this weekly recap. One final time, I'm Adam Smith from the Ozark Sports Report saying, have a good day, everybody.